Activating Sith Holocron.
I am not a man of words, but I respect the power of words, for that is what transformed me. The words of the Sith Code. Others had heard them, contemplated them, and so on. But I understood them, and they changed me. For what was I before I heard those words? Nothing. Just another miner on Apatros. Just a target for my father's rage. My name was Diesel, but because my father regarded me as the bane of his existence, he called me Bane. I was 18 years of age when he last unleashed himself on me. Broke my nose. My father did. Also, knocked out 2 teeth, blackened both of my eyes, and cracked my ribs. I took it all without a word. I awoke to find my wish had come true. The authorities ruled it a natural death, a heart attack, brought on by a combination of too much alcohol, a life working in the mines, and the overexertion of nearly beating his own son to death with his bare hands. I didn't realize at the time that my wish had been granted by the power of the dark side, by way of the darkness within myself. For then I did not know of the dark side, and I barely knew of the Force. I did not have that knowledge. I did not have those words. But I did have the power. I was 23, working as a miner on Apatros for the Outer Rim Ore Works Company, when one night I fell into a card game with spacers at a cantina. They talked of the war between the Jedi and the Sith. The Jedi, General Hoth, against the Brotherhood of Darkness. I had heard plenty of wild tales of Jedi performing extraordinary feats through the mystical power of the Force. I figured they were legend and myth, or at least exaggerations. Granted, I had premonitions in my youth, visions that came true, so I knew there were powers that transcended the physical world. But the stories of what the Jedi could do seemed too impossible to believe. Listening to those spacers, I wasn't convinced that the Sith were monsters. Bad things happen on both sides during any war. As far as I knew, the Sith were people, just like you, just like me. And I didn't go along with the Jedi belief that all beings are created equal. After all, some beings are smarter or stronger than others. And for all that Jedi talk about helping those in need, it didn't change the fact that a Jedi had never saved me from any injustice. That same night, I played Sabbath with a Republican ensign who turned out to be a bad loser. When I left the cantina, the ensign and 2 naval soldiers attacked me. It was dark, so dark that I could barely see a thing. But I somehow saw the vibroblade coming at me. I saw it clearly, as if it glowed with an inner fire. I knew this was strange, because microblade don't emit light. It was the ensign who was holding the weapon. I grabbed his wrist and forced the blade straight into his chest. The 2 soldiers fled. I knew they would report me to the authorities, that it would be their word against mine, and that no one would believe that I had acted in self-defense. I had no interest in going to prison. I left Apatros immediately, and I joined the Brotherhood of Darkness. I started off as a Sith trooper with the Gloom Walkers unit. I first saw action on Kashyyyk, and was promoted to sergeant after we conquered the planet. On Kashyyyk, and later on Trandasha and Phasers, I became more aware of my special abilities that enabled me to survive against apparently impossible odds. But I did not know the source of these abilities. I also became aware that my superior officer was a coward and a fool. After a year of service, my talents came to the attention of the leaders of the Brotherhood of Darkness, and I was transferred to the Sith Academy on Korriban to learn the ways of the Sith. It was there that I first learned that the Sith, like the Jedi, also drew power from the Force, and that it was this power that has sustained me through so many battles. Many students took new names for themselves on Korriban, leaving their old lives behind. I took what had once made me weak and used it to make myself strong. I took the name
Rise, Bane,
Bane.
and become the Sith.
At the Sith Academy, I learned the code of the Sith. Others may have spoken the words with conviction, but I found meaning in them that others could not even imagine. At times, I believe the words were meant for me alone. Eventually, my belief would prove valid. Now, when I wasn't learning from the masters and training with weapons, I visited what passed for the Sith archives, housed in a crumbling temple. The Jedi had long ago eradicated many teaching tools of the dark side, and the library was limited to scrolls, tomes, and manuals. I spent several hours each day studying these records. I found them fascinating, and felt that the ancient knowledge would be the key to unlocking my full potential. Through these works, my understanding of the Force took shape. Khan, the founder of the Brotherhood of Darkness, believed the strength lay in numbers. But as our war against the Jedi continued, my studies led to the conclusion that the Brotherhood, having amassed an army of thousands, had thinned the power of the dark side. When Khan, hoping to heighten morale and increase solidarity, conferred the title of Dark Lord to all the Sith Masters, I was the only one who protested. These so-called lords could no more be equals than the billions of beings whom the Jedi were unable to protect. And so I gave Lord Khan a detailed description of one of the most fearsome creations of the ancient Sith, the Thought Bomb, a ritual that would unleash the pure destructive energy of the dark side to consume all Force users within a wide radius, trapping their energy within an ovoid shell. I gave instructions for the Thought Bomb to Khan because I knew he would eventually use it against the Jedi, even though it would also mean an end to the Brotherhood. Aided by his fellow lords, Khan created and detonated the Thought Bomb at the final Battle of Russen. I and I alone was the only Sith to survive the cataclysm, but not the only Force user. Zana was a young girl, one of the many children whom the Jedi had brought to Russen in their last, desperate efforts to vanish the Sith. She would become my apprentice, Darth Zana. The power of the dark side cannot be dispersed among the masses. It must be concentrated in the few who are truly worthy of the honor. The Sith must be ruled by a single leader, the very embodiment of strength and power of the dark side. If the leader grows weak, another must rise to seize the mantle. To serve this one true Sith Master, there can be only one true apprentice.
There should be.
There should be.
No more.
No more.
No less.
No less. One to embody the power. The other to crave it. The rule of two.
Wer zu schnell macht,
Am the Sith.
Greetings and salutations. I'm Patrick Ferguson, aka Mr. Betty Krueger, here on YouTube, and I voice Darth Bane. Man, this character is so fun, because, he's not really as well known as, your Luke Skywalkers or your Darth Vaders. So to bring a character really to life for, a 10-minute monologue, it's an honor, really, and it's very fun. He's a very conceited, stern SOB. So, it's just a really cool role. And I was honored that Darth Vigorous asked me to voice him for this long, for this length. Because even though it is based, a lot, about like 80-70% off of Mark Hamill's interpretation, Mark Hamill's interpretation was only like 30 seconds long. He was a ghost of Darth Bane, if I'm correct, on the Clone Wars, I believe, animated series. And so, I had to really take a lot of liberties. Like, what would the inflections be here? Would he be kind of giggly, like Mark Hamill's Joker? Or would he be a little more serious? So, it was really fun, and I really enjoyed playing this character. I would do it 100 times over, And I just thank everyone who is watching out there, and I hope you enjoyed it. And again, thank you, Darth Vigorous, for giving old Patty Ferguson a chance at the dark side. So, anyway, like, comment, subscribe to this son of a gun, and I'll see you around.
Greetings, observers. I am Darth Vigorous. For starters, I cannot thank YouTuber Mr. Betty Krueger, plug, more than enough for voicing Darth Bane for me. He is a man of many talents. And for all of you viewers out there, in his words, like, comment, and subscribe to this son of a gun. And I promise you, you will all be handsomely rewarded.
What the f*** are you doing?
Oh, hey DFG Hulk, plug. How are you?
What the hell?
What?
What the f*** you doing? Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing here?
What? I thought you wouldn't mind borrowing green screen. You went home, I have your spare keys.
What the f***? Dude, what are you using my green screen for?
I was just, I wouldn't mind. You have HDK stuff.
Oh, I kind of mind. The f*** you in my house?
Bros, you know what show since middle of school, man.
I don't know you right now. What the hell are you doing in my house, man? You come here, I was just taking a shower. I was having a bad f***ing day. Everything was going f***ing terrible. Now you coming to my goddamn house?
Well, I'm done here. I can probably just leave, or...
Warning: never borrow brother's green screen, especially that brother is the Hulk.